Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. So today we're going to make this. I kind of tweaked it a little bit, but I'm using different colors. So these are Swarovskis. They are 6mm white opal, AB I believe. Bicones. This is white opal. No, those aren't AB. These are AB. And then these are 6mm and these are 4mm. And Kath sent me these and they are from By the Beads. I don't know if she still has them, but that's the number if she does. That's the 6mm. The 4mm are the white opal AB from By the Beads, and that's the number if she has them as well. But I don't know if she does, so just know that they're white opal. These are AB, those are not. Okay. I'm also using Toho 11.0 silver lined, and I got them from Bobby Beads. And I'm using the 15.0 silver lined from Bobby Beads. And these are, this is a 14mm, I think it's an Aurora Crystal's Delights, I think. I love this edge, so I'm kind of hoping I'm not going to cover it, but we probably will. So anyway, I'm also using 6-pound fire line in crystal, about a wingspan and a half, because I want to make sure I have enough to go completely around it. So we're going to start out with an 11.0, a 6mm bicone, an 11.0, and 3 4mm bicones. So I want to give credit to Gina's Gems for this. I got the idea from her wreath video. She made an earring set, a bracelet, a necklace and earring set. And while I was making them, I said, you know, that would be a really nice Rivoli bezel. So I'm making this video because the other one is way too long, because I was just designing on the fly. So I'm going to go through all of them. I tell you, I can get caught on any little tiny thing. If it's there, I can get caught on it. And then we're going to tie a knot. And then I'll show you Gina's how did I do that? I think I did this on the last video too. Got a knot in this side and didn't get the other side tied. Okay. I'm going to try to do this quickly, but I don't want to mess it up either. So I'm going to tie, make sure all that thread is pulled through. Tie 2 knots here. Okay, so this is Gina's wreath, and she used cuboids in the center. I used bicones, so that's what started the whole ball rolling, was this. So I wanted to give her credit for that. Now I'm going to go through. She used 8 6mm beads. I'm using 9. Going to go through the seed bead. The 6mm, I went all the way around. You saw that. Now I'm going back through the 6mm, the 11.0, and the 11.0, the 6mm, the 11.0, and the 4mm. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to call this the inside, and this is the outside. So when your thread is facing the inside, you pick up 2 bicones and 11/0 your 6mm, I'm sorry, 2 4mm and 11/0 your 6mm and 11/0. So you're coming out this way towards the center of your work, and you're going to go back through it from the other side like that. And you're going to reinforce each and every one of these because otherwise they're too loose. And you don't want them loose. So, did I go through all of these? No. Did I? Yes. So you're going to come out this one. Yeah. So now this would be facing the outside. Your 6mm are on the outside, your 4mm are on the inside. So my thread's coming out this way towards the outside, and you're always going to pick up an 11/0, a 6mm, an 11/0, and 2 4mm bicones. Then you're going to come back around. You're coming out this side. You want to come back around to the other side like that. So every time you're coming out the inside, coming out the outside, you're going to pick up the 11/0s and the 6mm. And every time you're coming out, your thread's coming out towards the inside, you're going to pick up 2 4mm and then your 6mm. I'm sorry. Let me restate that. When you're coming out towards the outside, you're always going to pick up your 11/0, your 6mm, and then your 4mm. When you're coming out towards the inside, you're always going to pick up your 4mm and then your 11/0 and 6mm, 11/0s and 6mm. So that's all I'm going to do. So when you get 8 of your large bicones on, I'll meet you back here. Okay. So for our last one, we're going to pick up our 11/0, our 6mm, our last 6mm, and an 11/0, and I have a fruit fly flying around. It's from my plants. Then we're going to go into this. This is our tail. Into this bicone, 4mm. And now we're going to add our other 4mm and go through, we're coming out of this one, we're going to go through this one. Look at that. So we're not going to get our thread knotted. Get that tail out of the way. So see where our path is? We're going here, 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 and here. And then we're going to reinforce all of that. These seem to be a little more wonky than the other ones were. I just want to make sure that these are going to fit that rivoli. Okay, so I'm going to work my way back to this 4mm here. And go through that. So go. Now we're going to put an 11/0 in between each of these 4mm on the inside of our circle. Like that. So I'm going to do that all the way around. Just going to pick up an 11/0 and put them in between each of those bicones on the inner circle, and I'll come back. You know what? I'm not really liking the 15/0s in there. I mean the 11/0s in there. So I'm going to try 15/0s. These are different beads, so you know, each bead is different. So I'm going to take all of these out. And if you're using I'm going to say if you're using the Swarovski, use 15/0s instead of the 11/0s in the center. I was going to actually go with the 15/0s, and I don't know why I changed my mind, but I did. So I'm going to take this all out and then put 15/0s in and see if that makes a difference. I'll be back. Okay, so two things. I think if you're using Miyuki, the 11/0s would be fine because they're a smaller, shorter, squatter bead. Does that make sense? Now this is with the Swarovski, okay? And if you're using the Toho, I would go for the 15/0s. I'm going to reinforce this inner circle. And when you're doing that, make sure you get those seed beads in the center there. Sometimes you think you have them, but you don't. So when I'm done reinforcing, I will come back and then we'll work on the other part. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit past my tail, just like one bead. So I'm going to be coming out this bead here. No, this bead. So here's my tail. That would be my tail bead. I want to come out the one next to it. Okay. So I'm going to go up through this 4mm and the 11/0. If you can get them all in one shot. If not, just do the 4mm. Then I'm going to go through my 6mm. And then from here, I'm going to pick up 2 4mm and 3 11/0 seed beads. I just want to see something. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, yes. Okay, so now I picked up my 2 4mm and my 3 seed beads. I'm gonna go through that first 4mm. Make a little picot on top of it. I'm gonna pick up another 4mm. And go back through my 6mm. Sorry, cat hair was bothering me. So, like that. Now I'm going to add an 11/0. So this is, like I said, they're all different. Beads are all different sizes, so. Start with an 11/0. We'll go back up through there. I'm not going to worry too much about that threads showing because we're going to put our other 4mm there anyway. So I'm going to go through all of my seed beads on the top here. Bottom. This is actually the bottom, so let's be technical about it. Then go through those 2 4mm. Put our 11/0 in there. And go back through our 6mm. So now from here, I want to come out this bead. With this bead right here. So I'm going to go through my 11/0, my 4mm, just following my thread path. My 4mm, you don't have to go through that 15/0. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Because your thread path originally does not go through that 15/0. So then we're going to go through this one. So all I did was I came out here, I came down, and I'm going through this. And I have to go through the 11/0. Then I'm going to go through that 6mm. And if I can't get them both at the same time, I'm just doing one at a time. So now that we're coming out of our 6mm here, I'm going to pick up a 15/0, a 4mm, and a 15/0. And then I'm going to go past that 11/0, kind of push that down a little bit, and back through all of these beads. I mean, if you can get through that 11/0, it's a lot easier to do it that way. like that. That pops our 4mm in there. Also reinforces this tip a little bit more. I'm going to go back down through here, through our bicones. If we have to do them one at a time, we'll do them one at a time. And we're going to bypass that 11-0 again. Pick up a 4mm. No, sorry, pick up a 15-0, a 4mm, and a 15-0. And go back into, and go into this 6mm here. Like that. Totally forgot to put the back on, didn't I? Should have done that while I was in the center. Alright, so let's put the back on. So I just went through this seed bead, that 4mm. And I'm going to go through this 4mm and that 15-0. This doesn't matter front or back, so now I'm going to pick up 3 11-0s. I'm coming out of the 15-0. I'm going to skip the bicone and go into the 15-0. This is the beginning of our back, so going to do this all the way around. Just picking up 3 11-0s, going through our 15-0. However you can get into that 15-0. This would be easier with 11-0s, but there we go. So I'm going to do that all the way around, and I'll be back, okay? I'm trying to keep this a little bit shorter. I'll be back. Okay, so I have my last 3 11-0s on. I went through my 15-0, and I'm going to go up these 2 11-0s. And here, instead of adding 3 11-0s, I think I'm going to add a 15-0 and 11-0 and a 15-0 to go in between, because that other one was lumpy, remember? So I'm just going to go from center bead to center bead, coming out of here, find my center bead, and add these 3. I'm going to do that all the way around. And then I'll come back and should be able to get my Rivoli, and then I'll be back. Okay, sorry you're bouncing so much. So I'm on the last one. I'm going to go through this first 15-0, I'm sorry, 11-0. And then I'm going to go through the 15-0 and the 11-0 on the one we just added. Now, hopefully, this will work. I have to add another row before that'll stay in there. So I think this row I'm just going to put an 11-0 in between. So I'm going to go from the center to the center again. All the way around. Should be fairly easy to see because the 11-0s are the center beads, so I'm just saying. So I'm going to do that all the way around, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm at my last one. I'm going to go through that initial 11-0 and then up through the 11-0 that I added here. Like that. Before I tighten it, I'm going to put my Rivoli in. I'm going to pull it tight. Make sure it's in there good. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Okay, so now I believe I'm going to add another 11-0 in between the ones I just added. Either an 11-0 or a 15, but I'll start with the 11s. So you're just going through the beads that you just added, and this should be easy to tell which ones are which because they'll be sticking up. And we have to do the top yet, and this is going to be almost as long as the other one, unfortunately. Alright, after we do this round, we're going to put a 15-0 in between each of the 11-0s that we're adding. Just to add more to the back, and then we're going to come back and do the top part. So do that, and then I'll come back. Just add another 15-0 in these spaces, and then probably another row of 15-0s. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so see I'm at my end. Now we're going to step up into the one we just added. The row we just added. And that's where we're going to add our 15s. And then we'll do the same thing all the way around. Again with a row of 15s, and then we'll just go through all the 15s to reinforce it. And then we'll work on our top. The other one I did this part first and then worked on the top and bottom. I don't know why I did it this way, but it is what it is. It'll get done anyway. So either way you want to do it, you can get the back on first and then do the top and bottom. Or you could even do the top and bottom first and then do the back. Ouch. And add your Rivoli. So it's totally up to you. Alright, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to add the 2 rows of 15-0s. I'm going to reinforce, and then I'll meet you back here and we'll do this part. Okay, so I just finished that. I'm going to go, I want to get up to this bead here. So, how am I going to do that? I'm going to go up through this one, I guess. Kind of do a round, turn around here. And I think I'm going to put a knot right there, right where I'm coming out of, just so that keeps that back secure. And make sure it goes in between your beads. Then all right, and I'm right where I need to be. Awesome. It's always a beautiful thing when things work out. Oops, let's not go back into that one. All right. Okay. Oopsie, got stuck on my tool there. I'm going to go through my 4mm. Through my 11/0 and through my 6mm. And you know what, I think if you're using Swarovski, maybe instead of using the 15/0s around the outside, maybe instead of using 11/0s, maybe use 15/0s, because it's a little on the wonky side. But maybe we can fix that. Alright, so I'm coming out of that. I'm going to pick up my two 4mm, my three 11/0s, bring them down to my piece there. Did I get three 11/0s on there? Oh. I did, but it was stuck up at the top. We're going to bypass those 11/0s, go into that bicone, just that one bicone. Pick up another one, bicone, and go into this 6mm. So we'll have that. And we're going to put our wire guard on. So now we're going to come back. I'm going to follow our thread path. All the way back around, I think. I'm going to go through these three if I can. The two bicones and that 15/0 in the middle of them. There, see, like that. So I can come up this one. And I think instead of the 11/0 here, I think I'm going to put a 15/0 in there. Probably should have added it before. I do 15/0. Go up through there. Up through that one. Through the 11/0. Like that. Maybe. Nah, I don't like that. I'd rather it going from here to here, honestly. And take that out. And we're at 35 minutes, so... Uh-oh, what did I do? Get stuck somewhere? Yeah, around my thread there. Alright, so I'm not going to put that in. Excuse me. I'll show you what we're going to do. I'm going to put that, I'm going to go through my bicones. Pull them out tighter because I messed that up there. So now I'm going to pick up a 15-0. Oh, no, I'm not. I have to go through my 11-0. I probably should have used a 15-0 in that middle part, but this one. I'm going to pick up an 11-0, right? Yeah. My wire guard. Go back through my wire guard again. Make sure you get wrapped around it. There we go. Pick up another 11-0. And then we're going to miss that middle one. Go down the next 11-0. And no, actually we're not. We're going to go just through the 11-0. Oops. Then we're going to go to the 11-0 next to it. Like that. And we're going to put a 15-0 right there. Go back through our wire guard and our 11-0, our 11-0, our wire guard. Back through our wire guard and our 11-0. Put another 15-0 in between this 11-0 and this 11-0. And now we're going to go down through these two bicones. So this is what we have here. Now what I'm going to do, if I can get unstuck here, I believe I'm going to put my 11-0 right here. And then come up through center 11-0. No, let's do the 15-0 instead. I think the 15-0 would look better. So we're going to go down through this 11-0 here, next to our 6mm. Yeah, that's better. Now we're going to go through the next 11-0, right next to that, like that. Pick up another 15-0. Go through our bicone. This bicone. And then we're going to go up through, pop that in there, alright. And we're going to go up through the 11-0, the 15-0, if we can. If not, we'll just go through the 11-0s. Get through the 11-0, through our wire guard. We're reinforcing our wire guard again. And we'll go through the 11-0, the 15-0, the 11-0. And then I think I might repeat that just to make sure that, it's got 3 in it. We could do another one if we wanted to. And it's almost as long. It's just not an hour. Alright, so I'm going to end it here. I know they take forever. I'm sorry. And then I'm just going to tie off somewhere. So you can reinforce that again if you want to, or you can just tie off. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe, where's my thread? Here we are. Maybe doing something here, but I'm just going to leave it just like that, and I'm going to tie off. So thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye for now. So this is pink and white, and this is the green and red. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.